Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay Will here again at Veteran Nerd Review. Getting ready to give you guys the final Marvel Legends review of the Age of Apocalypse line. Or I should say the final review until they hopefully, fingers crossed, do another wave of the Age of Apocalypse line. And so, of course, the last figure of the wave, for me anyway, is the man of the hour himself, the Age of Apocalypse. And man, oh man, he is a very pretty figure. So, as per usual, I'm going to take him off his stand here. Slide him back. Man, he looks super menacing right now. And we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. Then we're going to do some comparisons. And then we're going to take a closer look at the figure. And of course, with the figure packaging here, we have the pretty standard deluxe sized window packaging here, with the window right there, as you can see, with the same artwork in the back as as all these figures have had in their boxes. Then you have here, oops, he dropped his skull. Menacing looking Apocalypse artwork right there. Same artwork on the other side. There's some artwork of the figure right there. A little read it right there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And man, pretty decent looking box. Not gonna lie. Well, same Age of Apocalypse style artwork right there on the top right there. So, other than that, not a whole lot going on with this guy. Well, the box anyway. So, without further ado, let's give him his skull back. Bring him a little bit closer. Let's do a few comparisons. See what he looks like. And for first comparisons with this guy, I'm going to go ahead and bring in his counterparts from previous lines and past iterations. First up, we have the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse that came out a while back in the day. See how those guys look. So yeah, so far they look pretty decently together. I do believe they utilize a lot of the same body mold for these two, except the gauntlets are different. Of course, the boots are different and everything. But other than that, like the chest pieces and arms and the leg molds are the same though. And then of course we have the Marvel Legends retro card Apocalypse right here. See how that looks? Man oh man, the unholy trinity themselves. Straighten his arm out just a little bit right there. Man, these guys look great together. Three Apocalypses or Apocalypse sides, however you want to say it. I am not the most educated person in the room, but yeah. These guys look pretty good together. Nice artwork, well, nice design and color schemes on all three across the board. But of course, I did grow up early 2000s, watching a lot of reruns of the old X-Men cartoon on Disney Plus. Was it Disney? Not Disney Plus, but Disney Kids back in the day, where they reran the cartoon. So I am kind of partial to the cartoon styled Apocalypse right there. So he's kind of like my favorite. Yeah, they all stand the same height, all look very menacing together. So yeah, just pick your poison. As far as favorites, of course, like I mentioned, first one is going to be Cartoon Apocalypse, cartoon style retro card. Second is probably going to be, now, just after looking at it, opening out the packaging and everything, is going to be the Age of Apocalypse. And then third place, you're going to have your more modern style Apocalypse right there from recent comic books with a darker overall tone. But yeah, I'm gonna bring these guys back out, and then I'm gonna put him next to a few of his Build-A-Figure counterparts from the wave. Got the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure that came with him. Well, came with the first wave Build-A-Figure. Come on, stand up. Then you have the Colossus Build-A-Figure from the second wave. And as you can see, Colossus is still just a little bit taller. I might straighten his legs out just so I can get an accurate comparison. Oops, there goes the skull again. But yeah. Well, let me put them back to back so I can get a more accurate kind of look. Yeah, Colossus is just a little bit taller. Not by much, but like maybe just a scalp or so. There's a little bit, like an inch or so taller. As far as scale wise, if they were real life, he'd probably like an inch or two taller size. But yeah, they look pretty good together. Put them in this line. Not a bad looking fit or outfit. Bring the Build-A-Figures back out. And I'm gonna put him next to a few smaller figures from the line just so you guys can get a good idea of how big he is. If the other Apocalypse figures weren't enough for you guys. Have the first wave, I believe, no, second wave, Sabretooth right there. Then you have Cyclops as well. Then you have Wolverine, first wave. And then you have Dark Beast, first wave. So you see how those guys look together. Ooh, don't fall on me. I am losing everything. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's how they look together, guys. Very good looking set and display. So colorful. I love it. I am over the top giddy right now with like childhood nostalgia. Even though I am still on the younger side, I did grow up and catch like the back end of everything that was good from the 80s and 90s. Just pretty much caught the replays of everything. And so I'm going to bring these guys back out. And now let's take a closer look at the figure real quick. Well, first things first, we do have some spare pieces that he comes with. He comes with the skull, of course, as you guys already saw. I'm kind of disappointed. I kind of wish it had like a peg hole in there for it to fit on a Marvel Legends head, you know. Because it is the appropriate size to go with a regular size figure head. So if you kind of like dremel a hole maybe in the bottom of it, you could probably pop it on a peg for another figure. Just to kind of have it as an extra accessory you kind of can do with like maybe having a figure had his face like roasted off or something like that, and like now it's just a skull head or something like that, maybe like a flame down head for Ghost Rider or something like that. That would have been a good idea. And it also comes with a down to business or closed hand for his left side, where he has this kind of like palming the world kind of look. And then he has the grumpy face. So you have two options here. You have the excited face and you have the grumpy face. Happy Apocalypse, Grumpy Apocalypse, Happy Apocalypse, Grumpy Apocalypse. And yeah, so that's all it comes with in this packaging. And of course his cape is kind of like detached in the packaging, of course, but put that to the side for now. Just a pretty kind of pliable, soft kind of plastic. So it's not very hard, but you pop it in the holes right here on the shoulder pads. And now we can get down to brass tacks and see what the figure can do. Man, he is so pretty. Unfortunately, mine came with like a few like scuff marks right there with some silver paint missing on the boots on the front, but not a big deal. Doesn't distract away or take away from the figure too much. Still looks pretty good overall. Everything else looks pretty clean on mine. So yeah, pretty satisfied with it. These shoulder pads kind of are in a hinge on his shoulders or in his traps, his huge traps, so they can flop up and down like that as he moves his arms up. This next piece right here is kind of removable too. You can pop it out these little holes right here on the top of the shoulders at the very top of his traps. So if you want to, you can pop that out. I think it kind of looks good. You can put it back in. Take his head off for just a second. Yeah, pop that back in. And put his head back on. But yeah. Overall, very good looking figure, very menacing. I definitely dig it, appreciate it, love it. The red and the blues contrast each other so well. They look so great together. But yeah, anyway, let's see what the guy can do. So, head can move up about that far. Can move down, but it'll have to go into a little collar neck, his neck piece deal. But yeah, it hides his face a little bit, as with most of the Apocalypse figures. So the head goes down that far. Of course, side to side motion. Of course, you have to kind of like go over the top of his neck collar right there. You get like a ever so slight head tilt, so kind of like part of the bobble effect. Shoulders move out. I have to pop that out of the way just for a second so you guys can see. Yeah, shoulders move out that far, so not really, you know, parallel or anything, but just enough. Go all the way around. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow, but it's hindered because of the big gauntlets he has here, so it can't really bend as much as you would like, but it can go straight, of course. Then he has wrist swivel with up, down, and up motion, but of course it's hindered by the side piece of the gauntlet. So if you wanted to go up, you're gonna have to like just kind of rotate it away from this portion right here, bend it all the way up that way. And then has an ab crunch, but it's not very tight on mine. It's not loose either, but it's like, you know, there's no, you don't really hear a ratchet or a crunch or anything. Just kind of slippery there. But yeah, not too bad anyway. And then he has a waist cut right there, so you can turn them all the way around if you want to. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but anyway, kicks out pretty far for a bigger guy. So he can do his like super excited, like big wide kick and everything here. Hey, I'm Apocalypse, I conquered the world finally. Yay, big kick. Kicks forward that far. Upper thigh cut. Doesn't go back very far though. Double jointed knees that can bend pretty far for a bigger guy, so I definitely like that. Boot cut as well, so that's always nice, especially with these big giant boots. You kind of would hope they would be cut somewhere in there. It has ankle pivot as well as up and down motion. Good strong ratchets and ankles. But yeah, very good looking figure. Find a shoulder pad piece right here and put it back in. Pop that back in like that. Put his shoulder pad, well, his cape back in his shoulder pads. He has his two little holes on top right there for his cape to peg in at. But yeah, awesome looking figure. Very impressed. I think I paid maybe $30 for him on, trying to remember, because I ordered so many of these figures from like summertime and spring last year while I was overseas. So forgive me if I don't know exactly where each figure came from. But I want to say I got this figure from Amazon, because that was since I was overseas, and I ordered the figure directly to me overseas, and I brought it back with me. I think Amazon was the only place that was delivering overseas that I was ordering from. So yeah, I did get them from Amazon. Yeah, I think I paid maybe $30 for them. I think maybe 33, $34, somewhere in there. But yeah, for the value of this guy, the character, definitely worth the bag. Definitely worth the pickup and the money. So you guys come across him, get him while you can, while he's still hot. He might be kind of a little bit more expensive by now, but yeah, he's still, I'd say he's definitely worth it up to about maybe $40, $50. 45 to $50, yeah. If you can find him, go ahead and grab him. Definitely worth it. He looks just so menacing and so beautiful. I just love the color schemes. It's popping out for him. And so for my last little display, I'm going to try for you guys to give you like a full display of the entire wave, both waves. Kind of like a Andy's Toy Room kind of display. Well, in this case, it would be, of course, Jay Will's Toy Room. Of course, these aren't Buzz and Woody or anything, but they'll have to do. I'm going to try to bring in every character I can for you guys to be able to see who all you have to get to complete this beautiful set. Just bear with me, guys. But yeah, definitely worth the pickup. I love this figure. Favorite overall. Then probably next would be the Build-A-Figure Colossus. And then third place favorite out of the way would probably be the Magneto, just because I really needed a Magneto. And I've been waiting a while to get him. Yeah. Just keep hanging in there, guys. Just bear with me. I'm going to get it all together, because I want you guys to be able to see something very pretty. Very pretty to me, anyway. We're almost there. Come on, stand up, Nate. I believe that's everyone from both waves. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That is the Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse wave, Wave 1 and Wave 2, and the Build-A-Figures as well, with the man of the hour, Big A, Apocalypse. And I give this entire wave, both waves, and the Build-A-Figure, well, the Deluxe Apocalypse, about an A minus, because some of the smaller figures had a few posability issues, a few paint issues and whatnot here throughout. But overall, this wave is great. overall. Just they all look great, capture the comic book accuracy of each character very well. They all look great together. So this is definitely going to go on its own shelf in my display room. But yeah, this has been my review of the Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts, and I will be back with more videos for you guys coming down the pipeline. So as always, appreciate you for stopping by, and see you later.